Today I'm talking about the Trump administration, the second signal leak. It ain't even really a leak, but they did a second thing where they was communicating classified information once again. He said, "You nice person, appreciate you." Thank you. I appreciate that. Have a blessed day. You have a blessed day also. When we're talking about the Trump administration, use the Signal app again while talking about classified information. That's what I'm going to talk about. First, I'm going to start off by saying condolences. I know y'all heard about the Pope had passed away. You know, for those who are interested in that, I want to send my condolences to the Pope, the whole Catholic community, and those who, feel the effect of the passing of the Pope. Pakistan said, hey, Pakistan, welcome to the chat. We got a few things to talk about. I'm talking about how the Trump administration used that Signal app again while talking about classified information. I'm going to take y'all back to when the first time they did it. They was going to do a strike on Yemen. So they had a chat, but they was using their personal phone instead of their government phone. It's interesting. Okay. Thank you, Pakistan. And what happened was they was communicating and they all talking and laughing about what they're about to do. This was in real time classified war strikes. They accidentally put a reporter on the chat. He hearing everything that they talking about and all that. And in the midst of this going on, because he initially thought it was a joke, in the midst of this going on, the strikes happened. And that's when he found out this ain't no joke. This was real. And that was the first time that we know of that the Trump administration leaked classified information. So now, Gangster Stunner said, I'm not even reading that. Hey, come with respect, man. Make sure you read the community guidelines, because I ain't got no problem blocking somebody. I will block somebody quick, fast, and in a hurry. Get your mind right, Gangster Stunner. But anyway, as I was saying, now Pete Hegseth, and that's the Secretary of Defense. He's supposed to be holding down the whole country. He the Secretary of Defense, the security man. He was on Signal once again with his wife, his brother, and an attorney talking about classified information once again. And this is where they had the title of the chat. It was called Defense Team Huddle. The title of the chat, Defense Team Huddle. And he was talking about the same war strikes and all that. This is the problem. There's a law, the Espionage Act of 1917, that states that if you give out classified information, you can go to jail and you can be fined. And it doesn't matter whether it's an accident or on purpose or whatever it may be. You can go to jail. It's criminal. So when it happened the last time, they asked the Trump administration, what are y'all going to do about that? And as we know, Trump and them not going to hold themselves accountable, so nothing happened. So now this is the second incident of using Signal. It's almost like using Facebook. For those who don't know, Signal is an app that you and I can download on our phones. I might just download Signal just in case they accidentally send me some classified information. We got a reckless, incompetent administration in the White House right now, and it's crazy, man. It's like every day is something new. Every day is something new. Those who keeping up with the American economy, man, the stocks are down. They was down 600 points today. The American economy is in shambles, plural. The American economy is in shambles under this Trump administration. Okay. I was reading somebody comment. I'm not even going. He asking was somebody in the game. Harold Ruiz, yeah, I agree. We should all get Signal so we can stay ahead of things. For real. You can download it right on the phone because he used it on his personal phone. They got a personal phone. Colin said, thank you. What is the best state to live in the U.S.? Adim moderator. Okay, Pakistan laughing out loud. It's crazy because they was talking to J.D. Vance, which is the vice president, today about it, yesterday, excuse me. And his thing, he downplays it. We're going to look at it. They're not taking it serious, man, because they made the Espionage Act for a reason. We're not supposed to accidentally or on purpose leak out classified information. It's criminal. It becomes criminal. But see, like this administration doing so much, even with the Garcia over there in El Salvador, they doing so many criminal things. Let me read Ask Sal, what is the best state to live in? That's preference, man. I don't know what you like. Eric the Great. At the end of life, Americans are the type of people that film. Okay. Random Pipe. Listen, y'all, welcome to the chat. Welcome to the chat. My eighth live. Well, appreciate that. Said Mark. Vernon said, how are you terrorists, Adele? I didn't understand that. Nick Kelly said you're inspirational. Dizilla said you can expose everything before your actions. They will show you the proof when they can. Adele said, I'm reporting you, I guess, for what the other person called him. Yeah. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. And all I'm doing, don't get mad at me, man, for bringing what's the truth. They sent the man over El Salvador, right? Real quick, let me say this. If you have not done it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Now, I'm going to go ahead and talk about Garcia. Was sent to El Salvador. The United States Supreme Court, right, stated that the Trump administration must facilitate his return. So y'all stop saying he's an El Salvador citizen. Stop saying that. Adrian said, block Adele. Hey, what is Adele doing? Let me know. Pakistan, thank you for your explanation. I'm going to head out of the live. Have a nice day. Thank you. Why do these people always drive expensive? Vernon, what did he do? Let me know what's going on. I missed that. You said block Adele. Set the record straight, brother. Nick Kelly says set the record straight. Yeah, as far as that, but I want to continue on. I want to hear your thoughts on Pete Hegseth leaking out classified information once again, using his personal phone on Signal with his wife, his brother, and his attorney talking about the strikes that they did in Yemen. It's a law against that. It's called the Espionage Act of 1917. What that law states is if you leak out classified information, whether it's intentional, by accident, you didn't mean it, it's criminal. You can go to jail and also you can be fined or both. So I want to hear your thoughts on what need to happen with Pete Hegseth. Adele said Pakistan is being rude. Block him. Listen, everybody be respectful. Everybody, please be respectful. And remember this, man, read the community guidelines because I see a lot of messages been retracted or not showing up. So I don't know why that is. Nick Kelly Nafir said Mark for president. Yo, Jim said they're trying to cover it up. Hardly anyone is reporting it. See, that's the issue, right? Certain stuff they can't report it. And this is the thing. We are living under some serious times, man. Because we got a president right now. Reporters scared to do certain things. Professors are scared to do certain things because President Trump is a type, well, he will retaliate. So some stuff they don't want to talk about. They don't want to be the front runner because then Trump will attack them. But James, thank you for sharing that. Hey, Aladdin, get off of here with that, man. Nick Kelly said, how old are you for being so wise? Coley said, facts matter. Facts do matter. Jacksonville Kid said, Mark for president. Now, Mark for being, then he gonna say Mark for being. Boy, you haters hater raid, man. Sean said, do you class yourself as a Black American or African American? That's not even important, man. I am who I am. How about that? Said Jacksonville, you're literally playing victim and complaining right now. Denzel asking, what scandal is it that big like Watergate so Trump can step down? Hey, listen, let me tell you this. Denzel, I'm glad you asked. This is big, but right now they're downplaying it. The scandal is there's an app that you and I can download on our phones. It's called Signal. Signal. Signal is the app. Well, what happened, I don't know if you're familiar with the story. They were having war plans, and all the top dignitaries were on the chat talking about top secret war plan. They was going to attack. They accidentally included a reporter in the chat on Signal. That came out. Trump and them played it down. Or they learned that lesson. We're not going to do anything. But let me throw this in there. There's a law, man, people need to know. It's called the Espionage Act of 1917. If you give out classified information by accident or on purpose, it doesn't matter. You can go to jail, you can get a fine, and or both. So now that happened. Well, now come to find out, Pete Hegseth did it again on Signal. It was Pete Hegseth, his wife, his brother, and his attorney, talking about war strategies. That's a crime. It's criminal. So we're going to see what the Trump administration going to do. J.D. Vance spoke this morning. He said, oh, we're going to look into it. And mind you, J.D. Vance was on the chat last time. So we're going to see what's going to happen. So this is big. But I'm going to tell y'all this. Signal is available for download. You might get some hot stuff if you download that Signal app. You do what you want. I'm not telling you to do it, but that Signal app is hot right now. Bredo said 85 million voted for Trump and about 90 million couldn't be bothered to show up and vote. The U.S. getting what it deserves. U.S. leadership in the world died with Trump's second term. Hey, man, y'all need to clap Bredo's up. Man, that was good stuff, man. But facts is facts. And we just can't sit back and let it be. So people still got to, you know what I'm saying, do what they can. You know, Bernie Sanders and AOC, they've been hitting the world. You know, they've been hitting, not the world, I'm sorry. They've been hitting all throughout the United States. Are you aware of his and her rallies? Carp Dem said, respectfully, I don't see the purpose of being respectful to disrespectful people. Trump and his court are now threatening Supreme Court justices. I don't see the logic in being respectful to them. Listen, man, right now it's serious. Anybody can get it as far as Trump is concerned. And people better wake up. Like we let people laughing about Garcia getting shipped out with no due process. Man, they can do that to anybody the way Trump and them playing. Trump ain't playing the radio. Good point. Anybody can get it. He going after the Supreme. He don't care about none of that. He telling people to impeach judges. It's crazy right now. Thank you for sharing that, Carp Dean. Nick Kelly said, don't be a hater, David. Okay. Let me see. International Scout Harvester. Hey, everybody, we're all getting... Not even reading that. Felix. David said, I'm not. Sean, where in Africa were you born? Hey, man, listen, man. Do I got to use this hand for the block button today? It's Monday, man. I'm not trying to block already. Y'all be respectful on here. Y'all, I mean, listen, man. Everybody be respectful. Martinez said, how does a democracy work based on secrecy? It's a good question. Right now, we staying on topic, though, man. We're talking about Trump administration leaking classified information, and then now come to find out they did it again, but this time it was intentional. Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense, having a conversation. This is what they titled. Let me look at it so I get it right. This is what they titled the conversation. Defense Team Huddle. He know he wrong because none of them should have been on there. It was Pete Hegseth, his wife, his brother, and his attorney. Listen, man, that's criminal. That's a criminal act, and something needs to happen. It said this brother giving up the game. Appreciation on that. Al Green, thank you, man. Appreciate you. Carpet said DUI hire. Okay. With a bunch of amateurs. They're having classified what strategies. Conversation on Signal. How dumb is that? Denzel, listen. That's crazy, man. And then this is the thing. Those officials got government phones, and then they still got their personal phones. They communicated that on their personal phone. They communicated that on their personal phone. Even last time when they was talking about the strikes, they did it on their personal phone, man. They reckless. And they continue to say DEI and incompetent. This administration has proven to be the most incompetent administration probably ever. So this is a real scandal, and they probably not going to talk about it for real, or deal with it for real until like 10, 20 years down the line. But there's some real stuff going on. Let me see. Felix said, JD, Indian Vance. Vernon said, don't support terrorism. We don't support that. What are you talking about? Cuba no good. Cuba no good. Where you from? Trump's daddy was a... Felix said Trump's daddy was a Nazi. Listen, you ain't said nothing wrong. They can also look at Elon Musk's dad, but we sticking on topic right now, because that's a whole nother story, man. But I appreciate you, Felix. I appreciate you bringing that out. Adele said, I'm getting angry. Why you getting angry? Jay Aggressor said, Kamala is hot. Yeah, but stay on topic, man. I want to hear your thoughts on Pete Hegseth leaking classified information. I want to hear your thoughts on that. Also, man, about the Trump administration need to get my man back over here to the country. Kilmar Garcia, get him back over to the country. And while we're talking, man, make sure y'all like this video. Like this video, man. Share the video. Make sure you share this video, man. Like and share. Subscribe to the channel, too. Subscribe to this channel. More Fire said Garcia don't care about you. Trump don't care about you either. Or me. Thank you for sharing that. More Fire. The government that's in place right now can care two F's about American citizens. Felix said, Obama. We're not talking about, we stand on topic, man. Everybody stay on topic. The topic today is how Pete Hegseth, first of all, he's incompetent. He was on that first chat when they was leaking classified information. Now come to find out he did it again intentionally with his wife, his brother, and an attorney. Ricardo said Trump 2028. Okay. You ain't found out yet, huh? You ain't get your find out moment. Vernon said no illegal immigrants. Pretty petty to say Trump, especially Hillary and her husband, literally are responsible for trying to attack Vegas. Stay on topic, man. Right now we got the worst president in history, but every time don't nobody want to talk about him. I done heard Hillary's name. I done heard Clinton's name, Bill Clinton. I done heard Obama's name. You see what I'm saying? I done heard Kamala Harris. Let's stay on topic, man. And the topic at hand is how they handling this classified information. We ain't never had leaks this bad before in this country. But Trump said he was going to get the best of the best. I'm going to get the best of the best. Well, where they at? This ain't the best of the best, man. Sorry to tell you. Fortier said, Ricardo, you are being ridiculous. Felix said, come on, bro, don't block people. No, I'm only somebody if they be disrespectful. This dude can't say carpe diem. And y'all listen. But you listening to me. Whatever you got a number, don't got a face, can't even show your name. No picture profile. And you on here talking. Ricardo, that's the lie from the pits of hell, man. Trump is a God-given president. To hear him tell it, that's what he's saying. Bevan B. Lyon said, just subscribe. Appreciate you, man. Listen, Felix, you keep sidetracking. Right now, Trump is the oligarchy. You talk about working for an oligarchy. Trump is the oligarchy, trying to be a dictator, going against the Constitution. He want to rewrite everything. Just got shut down. They was trying to ship some people over yesterday. The Supreme Court had to shut him down. Talking about an oligarch. Talk about this president and all that he's doing, and then ask yourself, why do I continue to support this man? That's what you do, Felix. Wickness, he said, hello from Canada. Welcome. I think that's a Canadian flag. It's kind of small. But much love to Canada. Shout out to Canada. Trash Channel 1970 says, Satan sent us Trump. Satan sent us Trump. Nick said exactly. Denise said, Ricardo, you must love a criminal for president, right? You just don't know it yet, Ricardo. And Ricardo said, I just can't stop laughing. Oh, I understand now. Felix said God sent Trump so we can remember false prophet exists. So you're talking about Trump as the false prophet, right? Vernon, let me read. MAGA called themselves Christian. God didn't give his only son for MAGA to worship a man over him. It's a cult. MAGA is a cult. Carpe Diem, that's a good point. Said MAGA called themselves Christians. God didn't give his only son for MAGA to worship a man over him. It's a cult. MAGA is a cult, is what he said. And also, just that you brought that up, man, I want to send the condolences and prayers out to the Pope who passed at the age of 88 this morning. He was 88 years old, man. For those who be interested in that, I did want to acknowledge, the Pope did pass. 40 said, you love to have a convicted felon for a president, Ricardo. Hey, Vernon, I'm going to go get you out of here, man, because you keep writing something. Just say your words. Don't be spamming. Let me go get you out of here, man. Okay. Let me see where I'm at. Felix said, my homie Denzel. Sammy Bull, 70% of the country voted for Trump. And what that mean? 70% voted against him too. So if you're going, don't tell half of the story, man. And also, my man, have you seen the protests now? It's people that's mad about voting for him. They regret that vote. So it's some of them people too, man. So stop saying everybody voted for him. It was like 77 million to 75 million. Those are the numbers. Go check it out. Where are you now, Ricardo? I don't see you anymore. More fire said, really? Nick Kelly said, come on then. Okay. Sammy said, more like 29%. You sheep are so lost. Ricardo says, laughing super hard. Eva, tell us about the Trump administration leaking classified information. We got a second incident. Talk about that, man. Let's talk about some issues. Talk about real stuff, man. Instead of the lies he be telling. Yeah, you voted for this. A lot of y'all did. Because a lot of y'all support everything that man stand for. So it wouldn't surprise me to say you voted for this. Eva, I want you, since you talking all that junk, tell me what needs to happen to Pete Hegseth and the Trump administration. There's a thing called the Espionage Act of 1917. Should he be fired? The secretary, should he be fired? What should happen on the first leak? Talk about that. Don't just come here saying you don't know, this and that. Talk about some real stuff. Kelly said, I think it was terribly irresponsible of him. But that's what you get when you put an alcoholic in an important position like that. And we talk about DEI. They want to be disrespectful and say, DEI hire. The Trump administration is the biggest DEI hire. I ain't got no problem with DEI because look at the words. Diversity. I ain't got no problem with diversity. Equity. I don't have a problem with equity. Inclusion. I don't have a problem with inclusion. And then the A is an A on the end. Accessibility. I ain't got no problem with that either. Carter said, all this guy has to say is disinformation. Ricardo, I'm bringing facts, man. And I know you can't handle it because you can't think for yourself. I don't blame you, though. President Trump does not allow his followers to think for themselves, man. It ain't your fault, man. So I don't really blame you, man. Kelly said, bring Kilmar Garcia home and the rest of the people for due process. See, they supporting all kind of illegal stuff, but on one hand they say we for this, we for that. But you send this human being home because they try to look down on Mexicans, blacks, Chinese people. Bring that man home. I appreciate you, Kelly, for saying that. Bring that man home to his family. This wicked administration. And also handle that chat. We ain't forget about that. Y'all leaking this information. Handle that. Hold people accountable. Felix, you just enjoying? We glad you here, man. Thank you for the support. Make sure you like this video, Felix. Trump is from where? Okay. Amid, do you have... Okay. Why Zoo? Trump don't care nothing about Americans. What have he done for you? He made a lot of executive orders, man. Since you riding the Trump, you drinking this Trump juice, and you just following blindly. What have he done for you specifically? Besides tell you lies. That's all he do because he know y'all believe anything he say. So I understand. I don't blame you, man. It ain't your fault. But to follow him at this point, man, you got to question yourself. Felix said, my bad, bro. Denzel said they even send a Palestinian undergraduate student back to Palestine. Trump is kissing Israel's behind. This is the thing. He talk a good game. See, Trump can lie to his people and they be all right with it. He talk all that, I'm the man of the deal. I can do this. He have not been able to stop the Ukraine war, for one. He haven't been able to stop Russia from attacking Ukraine. And same thing with Israel. But yet he the man of the deal. Listen, President Trump is a failed businessman. And guess what? The way it looks right now, he running America, the United States, into the ground. The stock markets were down 600 points again this morning, and that's due to Trump and his irresponsible tariffs. Denzel, thank you for sharing that. Ricardo, you come here to talk that trash, but you here though. I know it's plenty other lives. Nobody asking you to be here, man. So you can respectfully bounce if it's that bad to you. If this is that bad to you, Ricardo, why are you here, man? Kelly said both. Daniel, thanks for coming to the live. Thank you for the support. Y'all come here and talk that junk. He doesn't know what he's talking about, but you come here and you eat because you know I bring them facts, man. Y'all can say what y'all want. I do my research and I bring it. The only thing y'all can say, he don't know, but can't bring nothing to counter what I'm saying. Pete Hegseth was leaked out classified information again. What's your thoughts on that, man? Talk about that. Bring some facts about that. You can't do it. You cannot do it. The stock market was down 600 points this morning. Bring a fact against that. You cannot do it. Don't come on here playing. Find another live where you can go talk that junk and they believe you. O'Day, I've been talking about a whole lot of stuff. Are you just getting on, O'Day Johnson? Talking about how the Trump administration leaking classified information, which is criminal. Research the Espionage Act of 1917. I'm schooling y'all right now. If you do it accidentally or intentional, you can go to jail or you can get fined and or both. Did you know that? Kelly said, Wazoo, what do you bring to the chat? Absolutely nothing. He gonna just come to the chat and say, it's all lies. He sound like Trump. He sound like Trump. You're just not the best in yourself. I didn't even understand that, Huckles. Didn't understand nothing you said. More Fire said, Ricardo don't give a about Garcia, so why are you trying to put your cape on? Kelly said, heaven forbid if they can't discuss what you want to discuss, they got to spin the plate, move the goal. Yeah, because some people, not all, some people following Trump because they think he's gonna make them rich. They think they gonna get some of the crumbs, the money back, because for Trump, this is a money grab. So for some people, they doing it for that, and then there's some people that's following blindly, that don't do the research, and then there's some people that believe his hype. They drink his Kool-Aid. They just a part of this cult. So thanks for sharing that, Kelly. The year is 2025. The conversation is about whiskey leaks. Gail said Trump don't have the best, and we know he don't. Mark said, MAGA. Listen, man, puppets, maggots, MAGAs, trumpets, they not taking over nothing. Trump has taken over your minds, though. That's why I don't blame y'all, Marcin, Farron. I don't blame, I be laughing the whole time, man. Because listen to me, just listen to this for a minute. For all y'all, the ones who say that I believe in everything, I support everything Trump do, that's unrealistic. A husband don't even agree 100% with his wife. A wife doesn't even agree 100% with her husband. But some of y'all will get on here because y'all drinking that Kool-Aid, and y'all have said, even in my live chat, some of y'all have said, I agree with that man. I don't disagree with him on anything. So check yourself. If you one of them, check yourself. Huckles, why are you here, man? Y'all some of the funniest dudes, man. Why are you here, man? Because whatever you trying to do, it don't work on this one. So Huckles, you can bounce, man. For real, for real. Fortier said, what did Trump do already for you? Really? What did he do for you already? I'll tell you, nothing. But letting the praise go even higher of food, the prices, yeah, of food and everything else. Man, the economy is messed up, but his supporters will not tell the truth, man. I had people come on here lying. The stock market is down, and that also means that people 401ks are down. I had people come on here and lie and say, my 401k is up. No, your stock market, they going with the stock market, man. The stock market is down again. Marcin, y'all be... You know what's lame, Huckles? You said how lame. It's lame for you to come here and eat from this food, from the tree of life, man. Or at least the tree that's speaking the truth to power, because I don't fear no man. So I would continue to speak the truth to power. So Huckles, you talking about how lame for you to say you don't agree, but you on this live. There's plenty of other lives, man, you can be on. Why you on this live? I'm talking to you, Huckle. Vinyl problem. That's lame. For you to say something that's lame, you on here listening to somebody that you say you don't agree with. That got to be a clown of the clowns, man. Cartresi, Cartresi, appreciate that, said, God, treat immigrants as if they are natives. Oh, being sarcastic. Okay. Hey, Martian, if you just spam it, let me go and get this clown out of here. Audemars said Grand Theft America by double agents Trump. Audemars, thank you, said Grand Theft America by double agent Trump. Listen, I brought out, I don't know if you was here or not at the time, but the Trump administration leaking classified information. I know we all heard the story when they did it, but now P. Hegseth been found to have done it again. On his personal phone, on the Signal app, it was P. Hegseth, his wife, his brother, and his attorney. And this is what they call the chat defense team huddle. And he's talking about classified information. Again, that is criminal, is a law called the Espionage Act of 1917, which means if you leak classified information, it doesn't matter if you do it intentional, by accident, it don't matter. You can be held accountable because it's criminal. You can go to jail and get fined or both. Jocelyn said, not true. Jocelyn, which one you was talking about? Kelly said, how come my grocery prices are so high? All of our prices are so high. You know why? Because we got an incompetent president, man, who doesn't have a clue what he's doing. He tried to take on the world in tariffs. That was the first mistake. All his billionaire buddies was losing money, and they told him, listen, man, we got to do something. So he paused a lot of the tariffs for 90 days, and now he going after big bad China, and the outcome is not looking good with that right now either. Wazoo, you can't even bring nothing to the table, man. You ain't ready for this, man. So go back to your elementary class or wherever you was at. You ain't ready for, go to another live, because you ain't ready for this. BSF facts. Gas is up by another 50 cents. Huckle, I told you, man. You on this live, but you talking about it's lame. You come to this class, because this is classes in session. This what's going on right now. Classes in session. But when you come here, you got to have your thinking caps on. Remember back in the day, they say, put your thinking caps on. Huckle. We'll say Huckles. Huckle, some of y'all don't have your thinking caps on. For you to get this lesson, because you here, I'm not going to your live, I'm looking for you. You here. But make sure you put your thinking caps on. Chad said, but people voted for Trump, though. Yeah, half of the country did, and half of them didn't. So what are you saying? What are you talking about? Kelly said, I'd like anybody to tell me how he's kept his word with anything, and don't bring the important legal people into the conversation. Right. He did a lot of lying. One thing he lied to the American people about, and they bought it, he said on day one, he was going to handle this economy. But we done went backwards since then. Thank you, Kelly, for sharing that. Forday said, Ricardo is a complete fool, believe me. Moore said, I don't think nobody agreed. Okay, more fire. That's your opinion. But as I told the other gentleman, more fire, you come into this class. You come into this class. So ask yourself that. Talking about who agreed with who. Kristen said, hello from London, UK. Big shout out. Much love to young London. We appreciate y'all. Thanks for supporting the channel. Brand Wynn said they helping the rich, but Jesus said the rich cannot fit through the needle. And we gave that parable in the New Testaments. Exactly. See, right now it's so sad that America is about the billionaires. Right? It ain't even about American citizens. But we do got half of the population, that's supporting with Trump blindly. Some of them doing it blindly, but some of them just don't know no better. Ibuju could say. Okay. Kelly said, God bless you, sir. Just remember these people have been brainwashed. They're very weak souls. I'm going to get off and pray for them right now. Kelly, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you. And you have a great day too. Thank you for the continued support. If you have not done it, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. Artemine said Grand Theft America by Double Agent Trump. Yeah. Fortier said Ricardo thinks that there's a Santa Claus and the Santa Claus is Trump, according to him. What a joke. Jim says, stop blaming Trump for the failures of Kamala and the Biden administration. Jim, on this conversation here, I'm talking about the Trump administration leaking classified information. They did it twice. I want you to speak to that. This incompetent administration on Facebook talking about war plans. It was actually Signal. I'm thinking about downloading the Signal app, man. Jim K, don't come on here if you don't know what you're talking about. What should happen? Because if you're familiar with the Espionage Act of 1917, you should first of all lose your job, your position. That's number one. Number two, you can go to jail and get fined, or both. So talk about that, Jim. Don Cap said, what's cracking, cuz? All is well, man. He said, we got to slide on Trump. If they can do it to him, they can do it to anyone. Don Mussolini. Joseph, man, that's a fact. And then he's talking about what Joseph is referring to is Garcia, Kilmar Garcia. If they can do it to him, they can do it to anyone. Don Mussolini. And that's a fact. Felix said, when Trump, Satan calls himself Christian and can't name a single verse from the Bible, then we know that's a false prophet. Exactly. Okay, Wizzy 909 said politicians only look out for themselves, man. It don't matter the color. Did you see that Obama has a tape with Diddy? Listen, man, stay on topic, man. Stay on topic. No, good, nice try though, but make sure we stay on topic. Right now, Trump has made a pact with billionaires, man. This here is a money grab for President Trump and his billionaire buddies, man. That's what it's about. He made it so I understand when you said politicians only look out for themselves. This group here is a special group. That's why all the billionaires fell in line. It's a money grab, man. But thanks for sharing that. Carissa said, I hate politics. I strolled, saw you, couldn't tell if you were siding with Trump or not, but hopefully you're not because he's a pervert and gross. What has he done for me lately? Or you? Carissa, didn't vote for, don't support Trump, none of that. I'm a man around here with my eyes wide open. I was calling out how they leaking this classified information out for the second time. They did it one time on a Signal app, and now the Secretary of Defense did it again on his phone, on a Signal app, talking with his wife, his brother, and his attorney about classified information. There's an Espionage Act of 1917 where that becomes criminal. It's criminal. You're supposed to lose your position and you can go to jail and or get fined or both. But as we know, the Trump administration probably won't do nothing to him, and we'll see. But thank you, Carissa. Crazy G said 70% were wrong. Man, this man said Trump is, man, y'all messed up, man. Camden Everhart, good morning. He said good morning. Good morning to you. Thank you for supporting. 40 said Trump has done nothing for you. And he ain't going to do nothing for nobody. Camden Everhart, hello. Colleen said no regrets. We respect that. You ain't F around and found out yet. It'll take a little bit more for you. Ford said, Jim K., what did Trump do for you lately? Nothing at all. I can answer that. Ford said, I don't understand why anybody does not see Trump as a criminal and a liar. They know he a criminal. They know he a lot of stuff, but they continue to support him. They know, don't act like they don't think they don't know. They know. They just don't care. In a lot of ways, Trump represents them. A lot of stuff he do, they support it because they do some of the same stuff. Brian said Kamala Harris got the popular vote. He did have more votes than her, even with the popular. But right now, people are upset. Do you see the marches, the 50 state protests? Do y'all see that? Make sure you subscribe to the channel, though, so y'all can keep getting this stuff that I bring to the table. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Protesting because guys are not Trump. Most people want to protest to pause chaos. Some of the stuff is protesting specifically for Trump. The hands-off protest, do you know what that was? That was the first protest. That was specifically about Trump. Hands off of Medicaid, hands off of Medicare, hands off of Social Security. Picasso, did you get that? That was for you, man. You come here, you're going to learn today, man. For there, sir, I'm laughing at you, Ricardo. Really? Ha 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 ha. Y'all got me laughing. I don't support no Trump. I love Herb too. I love Herb too. Okay. No, I don't support Trump. Krista said, hello from London, UK. UK is in the building. Much respect, much love. Thank y'all for the support. Picasso said, what information was leaked? Okay, they had a Trump attack Yemen. He did a little small attack over Yemen. He was attacking the group called the Houthis. The Houthis. And before they attacked, they was all on the chat. All the dignitaries of the United States was on the chat talking about this attack. Well, they had a reporter on that same chat, but they didn't know it was a mistake. Reason why? Because they was using Signal, an app that you and I can download. That was the first one. Now Pete Hegseth has done it again with his wife, and this is what they called the chat. Let me look at that. Defense Team Huddle. He called it Defense Team Huddle when he was on there with him, his wife, his brother, and his attorney talking about war attacks in real time. So Pete Hegseth should at least be held accountable. It hasn't been no accountability yet, but there needs to be some accountability. Kevin said, there's always leaks, my brother. Not to this level, man. And then it's really messed up because they was not using the government phones. You got a government phone for a reason. They was using their personal phone with that Signal app on it. That's another violation. So don't just breeze over that like it's normal. This is not normal, man. Fortier said, Ricardo, you would be crying very soon. You just don't see it yet. Brainwin said, I voted for Kamala Harris. Okay. Trash Channel 1970 said, Ricardo is major TDS. Patty Smith, man, stop saying that. Talking about Cuba Gooding Jr. Ricardo said, y'all love to say my name. Keep giving my name shine. Ricardo said he a star on this chat. Don't cap said Christians who voted for Trump be like, yes, I love my enemies, but send them immigrants back. Yo, right. They talk all that good Christian stuff. I love, we're just so lovable. But they want the government to just kidnap people and send them out the country. You're right. Vic said, Keg's breath fired and charged. He need to be, but they ain't do nothing to him. Not the last I checked, unless it just happened. But they didn't do anything to him. Kevin said, Pete ain't going anywhere, man. That's a problem, but this is criminal. See, that's the thing. This is criminal. Gray Wolf 986 said, the portion of Garcia today might be you or me tomorrow if Trump has his way. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's why I say bring Garcia back. Bring that man back to this country, man, with his wife and kids. You talk about cruel and unusual punishment. That's what they doing with this man. Colleen, on here, we stay on topic, man. We stay on topic. And the topic is, what do you, Colleen, think should happen to Pete Hegseth? This DEI hire, since we talk about DEI, this man is so unqualified. He's unqualified, but y'all okay with that. Aaron Fest said, what is DEI? Come on, man, are you about or what, man? It's diversity, equity, and inclusion. Is what they saying, that they hiring people that they say was not qualified. TS, like when it came to black people, they've been qualified. And they was hiring them because they was not hiring them. They were only hiring white men. So they had to come up with like different programs to even get them to hire, you know, black people, affirmative action. So this is kind of similar to that. It's not a such thing as they not being qualified, because the misconception that only white people is qualified is so far from the truth. So they had these programs, and they wasn't benefiting black people. Guess who it was? White people benefited from it. White men. So get your facts straight, man. Black people was like 6 on the line when it come to DEI. And guess what? They were qualified. So y'all stop with that mess, TS. Mickle Animator said DEI to him stands for didn't earn it. That's your whole administration. The whole Trump administration is what Mickle Animator said. Good word for this administration. Hey, y'all, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. And make sure y'all like this video. Don't hate, man. Don't hate. Picasso said facts. But I love Herb too said, if you have somebody operate on your heart, do you want a DEI? Listen, that's why I'm on this live right now, because we got a Trump administration who are DEI. How about that? Address that. Address this incompetent administration, man. Talk about that. Not only one time, they leaking out classified information, but this Pete Hegseth, the smarter the smart, but actually the dumbest of the dumb. Y'all always talk about DEI. Y'all can't say another word about DEI with this administration y'all got. Clowns of the clowns, what they are. Straight clowns. This administration is full of clowns, man, from the top all the way down. And then J.D. Vance run around call somebody peasants against China, who America owed money to. You call them peasants? You better check your resume before you come out there with your bigotry, and your racism, and your hate. Talking about DEI. What are y'all talking about? Colin, you're on the losing team, man. You're on the wrong side of history and don't even know it. You're on the wrong side of history and don't even know it. Vic said, that's why he loved the ignorant. Nick said, I'm mad, I want your passport details. Disrespectful. Don Cap said, Marcin, you mad he's exposing your Lord Trump? Critical free thinking. Gray Wolf 986. That's what it's about, man. It's sad that some people are not allowed, they're not allowed to think for themselves. And that's sad. And that's what, you know, with MAGA, because Trump don't play anybody disagreeing with him. And y'all know that's a fact. Trump do not play with anybody disagreeing with him. So even as a MAGA, y'all not even allowed to disagree with him or he gonna disown y'all. Me on the other end, I'm a free thinker. I ain't got to answer to nobody. I'm not under no Democrat or none of that. If I vote this, I can vote that. If I don't vote, I don't vote. But I'm not under no man like he God. I ain't built like that. That ain't me. Marco, y'all come with all this stuff, man. Trump fired all the qualified people, even at the FAA. And now he put in his DEI people, since y'all use that word. So Marco, get your facts. That's why planes been crashing more now when they had the other people in there, the qualified people. Fort Air said, I do not blame you neither, Ricardo, but it's a shame for the American people. TS, you disrespectful. You don't know nothing about me or none of that. TS, if you open your eyes for a minute, you ever see a movie and somebody be like, I can't see. And then they be like, well, open your eyes. All y'all have to do is open your eyes, man. Trump is a disaster. Trump is a disaster. And there's nothing y'all can say about it. Trump is a disaster. He's losing the tariff war. The stock market is down. Y'all losing money on 401ks, retirement. And now he got these clowns leaking classified information. But Picasso said, just because you got a job don't mean you're the best for the job. Cassandra said, absolutely. Kevin, you disrespectful though, but I don't blame you, man, because you follow the hate that Trump spew out. Said Kevin Martinez said, this is what Kevin said. Garcia is home. No, his home is here, man, with his family, with his wife and his kids. I know Trump teach you all that hate because that's all he know. But just think for yourself, man, for a minute. For one time, think for yourself. That's a human being, man. Joseph said, if you tell a lie over and over, people start believing it. That's what happened with this Trump administration, because everything, for the most part, that come out of President Trump's mouth is a lie. If he's talking, most likely he's lying. It don't matter what his nationality is. Who do you think America belonged to? And don't you dare say white people. This is a melting pot. This is his home. So you carry them lies somewhere else, man. Was it Noise said no? Noise said no. Berwin said anybody Trump sent over to the border, we need to bring them back and have due process. He talking about when he kidnapped them people and shipped them out to El Salvador, to a prison. Vic said the suspension of habeas corpus should not be tolerated. Exactly. I'm saying that in agreement that they should have their rights. And I know they did use the habeas corpus law. Colleen, it is his home. It's just as much his home as it is your home. Michael Mader, where's your home at? America, let me get this clear to everybody on this live. America is not owned by white people. Though they think through white supremacy, they think America mean white, only white, and anybody else. If you mad, you get sent out. Where do y'all get sent? Stop with that garbage, man. That racism, that hate. Stop with that. Garcia got just as much right here as you or me. Burma said we need to follow the Constitution of the United States of America. If we don't stand for that, what do we stand for? Nothing but shame. And that's what's going on. If any other president did half of the stuff that Trump did, these same people would be outcrying, screaming. That's the double standards. Anita, see, that's that racism talking. He's illegally in America. We voted get illegals out of our country. Trump rocks until he do something to you or your family. Until y'all feel the effects of Medicaid and Medicare, or even Social Security, your grandparents. Until they're at home, you'll say it's okay to do to somebody else. But as soon as it happened to y'all, like it's plenty of videos, they coming out. Trump took my farm. Trump did this. Trump fired me from my federal job. It's okay long as it's somebody else, and that's sad. Aaron said it got me out of a bad situation. I don't know what he's talking about. Joe said nothing but screw us. Okay. I say it again, man, because y'all keep saying the same thing. America don't belong to white people, man. Everybody got an equal right. And if you're in the process, you here and you're in the process of gaining all your to become a citizen, then that's the process. You can't just grab the man up and send him out. Ricardo, you talking about likes. What about this trash president that you support? You talking about likes. That's your problem, man. I've been doing nothing but spitting facts. That's why you here. It's thousands, millions of other lives that you can be on. But for some reason you here, man. So it don't sound like a me problem. It sounds like a you problem. Kevin, talking about what's somebody, stay on topic, man, and talk about this clown president and his incompetent administration. Since we want to use words like DEI, I don't refer to people like that. But if anybody's a DEI, it's this Trump administration. J.D. Vance calling Chinese people peasants. Pete Hegseth leaking classified information. Not once, more than once. So Kevin, go find another lie where you can get your lies off at. But here you will be exposed, man. Brammer said our Constitution doesn't say who's legal or not. It says the minute they land on our lands. Yeah. And then it's been people like somebody got picked up too They wasn't born here, but they was here since they was 6. And now they going through it. They've been trying to get their citizenship. But there's a lot going on through this administration, man. There's a whole lot. And they got people like, y'all, log them up, throw away the key, mistreat them. But they try to claim to be Christians. Yesterday, the majority of y'all was in church, most likely. The majority of y'all was in church yesterday. But then your true heart come out. Then in the church they teach y'all love your neighbors and all that good stuff. Or those just words that don't really mean nothing. But we only talking about white people. What about immigrants? What about LGBTQ community? What about black people? What about Chinese people who are not peasants? It's that story. Oh man, I'm not reading that. This president is asleep all. Talking about at least we got a president that is awake. So who the sleep one then? If he awoke, y'all sleep, or y'all sleep and he awoke. Which one is it? Aaron, we stay on topic here. Go to another live. You want to talk about Obama? Here come the racism. Activists need to go home too. Well, where do y'all go home to? That's what I talk about, that undercover racism BS, man. This ain't even about Democrats. See, Deb, I know you blind. Right now, it ain't about Democrats or Republicans or independents. But that's where your mind is at. That's how Trump wants you to think. Is the billionaires, man. Wake up, man. Wake up. Is the billionaires, then it's the American citizens, man. That's what it is. Is the billionaires. So you still stuck on, well, it's red. This is Democrat. It's conservative. Wake up, Dave. Forty said, Ricardo, you got to wake up, really. Really wake up, guys. Kevin, where they gonna send you when y'all misbehave? Where did they send you, man? Y'all quick to send somebody where? Tracy, you're delusional. Tracy said, Mark, you're delusional. But you come on this live. I ain't gonna look for you, Tracy, to beg you to come on here. You came on here because you know you can eat off of what I'm teaching, man. See, they all this bait stuff. boy, but I see through it. I bet you could support Carmelo. Here come the racism. Open. See, that's why I know you don't know nothing about President Trump. He filed bankruptcy 6 times, man. That's how he's a failed businessman. So you ask me, how he a failed businessman? He's worth billions. He used the system. But he tell you, and he got y'all thinking, they're using the system. Trump used the system. Filed bankruptcy 6 times. Do your research before you come on here, man. Brandon, this president is a clown. He said he can stop the war. He ain't stopped no war, not in Ukraine, and he ain't stopped the war in Israel like he lied and said he can do it. I do it in 24 hours. But listen, man, y'all think what you want, man. What he said, you look like a scholar. I'm not trying to look like no scholar, man. Somebody said 7 times he filed bankruptcy for the same casino. Y'all remember the Taj Mahal, right? That was the fabulous casino. Bankruptcy. So do y'all research before you come on here, man, talking. Okay, Stacy said, explain to me why you want politicians to get rich off our tax dollars, please. Stacy, are you all right with Trump charging $26 million for golfing at his own golf course? I want you to speak to that. Cause y'all, it's only one side. Y'all so hypocritical, some of y'all. Do you or anybody else agree with Trump charging the government, taxpayers, $26 million when he go on his golf course? That's who's stealing. Trump. Elon Musk is a money grab. Listen, man. I came. Make sure subscribe to the channel if you have not done it. Hit the notification bell so you can be notified anytime I make a video. But every day I got to wax these MAGAs that come on here, don't know what they be talking about. Some of them blind. Brandon, I know you don't know no better, man, because Trump don't allow you to think for yourself. But Trump is making money off of his own golf course. It ain't like he going somewhere else and they charging, and he charging sky high prices for his court. But y'all all right with that. Anything he do, y'all okay with. That's why it ain't no use for me talking to y'all. Y'all can't think for yourselves. Y'all cannot think for yourselves. But listen, man, anybody got any last thoughts or comments? Let me get rid of this buck for being disrespectful. How I handle clowns and ignorant and racist people, I go ahead and block them. I block them clowns. Because none of them ain't bringing no substance. Not one of them bringing substance. What y'all do, I need y'all to study. Go back and find out about Pete Hegseth and how he continues to leak classified information and come back. That's the homework I'm giving y'all. The homework for y'all, since y'all always on this live. Go and study that and find out what happened. Also, I want y'all to research what happened to the $1 billion that's missing on Doge's website. That's what y'all do. Find that out. Y'all ain't talking. Listen, man, thank y'all for my supporters, man. Those who support, who can think for themselves, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all. For the ones, man, that's on that Trump juice, that's in this cart, I don't know what to say for you, man. I don't know what to say for you. But, man, Gary said you got it. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Listen, man, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Keep thinking. Not all do. Heck said, keep thinking, not all do. Appreciate you. Vale said, no one on the internet thinks for themselves. I'm a free thinker. It's no man that I say I agree with 100%, man, which y'all have claimed with Trump. That's sad. I ain't never seen that. Yeah, make sure y'all hit that like button too, man. Go ahead, hit the like button. Hit the like button. Make sure y'all do your research before you come on here, because I don't be playing the radio with y'all, man. And I do be knowing what I'm talking about. Until next time, man, those who want to be a puppet, continue to be puppets, man. Jen said, we don't all agree 100% with Trump. A lot of y'all do. I had a whole show about name something, and it was only less than 6 people out of thousands that was able to say they disagree with anything. So, man, till next time, man, y'all be safe. Peace.